So as I said, the plan offers a complete program of mass education, including the primary, secondary, and let me write it down, vocational, okay, then and university schooling, okay. And there was also a provision for adult education, so the people who are adults, if they want to educate, so that is also very important. So provision is also made for adult education and scientific training and research. Okay, so this was very important. So if you can see, so that means planning was done in such a way, there was a complete program of mass education, including the primary, secondary, vocational and university schooling. Provision was also made for adult education, so that was also very good. And then apart from that, they didn't stop there, they also went for scientific training and research. So yes, there were these 10 features, and this was all we had spoken about, was the Bombay plan. Now we will go to the next one, that is the Sarvodaya plan, that is the Gandhian plan, which was also created in the year after 6 years, that is in 1950. So you have to remember the dates, okay, and that is very important for UPSC. So years and dates are very important. They play a very important or pivotal role in your UPSC examinations. So yes, let me write down here, Sarvodaya plan 1950. Okay, so now this Sarvodaya plan, let's focus on this. So it was drafted by Jai Prakash Narayan, okay, and it was mainly, you can say, was inspired by Gandhian thoughts, okay. So it was mainly inspired by the Gandhian plan provided by S.N. Agarwal. So this plan was provided by S.N. Agarwal, and very important feature and striking feature is the idea of Sarvodaya presented by another Gandhian leader. So all the Gandhian followers were the ones who created this plan. So it was again presented by another Gandhian leader. So three people were there, ardent fans, or they were the supporters of Gandhian thought. So the Gandhian leader here presented this plan, and it was none other than Vinoba Bhave. Okay, so it was drafted by Jai Prakash Narayan, and it was mainly inspired by the Gandhian plan provided by S.N. Agarwal, and the idea of Sarvodaya presented by another Gandhian leader, Vinoba Bhave. Okay, now let us just see something interesting here. So let us go with the features. So this was a very small feature. It had very essential prime features. Okay, so let's see the features. Let me write it down here. Features of Sarvodaya plan. So it was not so precise and concise like the Bombay plan. Okay, so let me just see the main features here. It put forward and stressed, means it focused or it pressurized, it stressed the importance of agriculture and village. So village was very important. Village, so cottage industries or village industries, they focused more. Okay, so village industries, because as you said, Gandhi thoughts were there, so they focused more on the importance of agriculture and village industry, especially small scale textile. Okay, so small scale textile, and obviously we can talk about is cottage industries. And they thought that if these industries were grown, there'll be an overall economic development, and they are the main key players for economic development. Okay, so the plan was recommended, so I'll just write down here, the plan was recommended. Okay, or it was like somebody else also said yes to the plan, that is called as recommendation. So recommended the Ludit. Now this is a very important thing. So this was an approach, so the Ludit approach, and was almost against, you can say, they didn't like foreign technology, so was pessimistic, they were not very happy, and they were not agreeing to the thought of foreign technology, so they wanted everything Indian. So they were pessimistic towards the usage of foreign technology, so nothing modern they wanted to do. So the most thing was that land reforms had to change. So what was the second feature? So this was the first feature that it put forward and stressed the importance of agriculture and village industries, especially the small scale textile cottage industries. And the plan was recommended, the Ludit approach, and was pessimistic because they were not very much happy. They were against the, you can say they were almost against the usage of foreign technology. And the next most important feature, okay, or maybe the last feature of this, because it doesn't have much of the features, the second one is, as I told you, it's not very concise and it didn't specify exactly what was it. Okay, they only gave these two important thoughts. So the most important and well acclaimed part of the plan is emphasis on land reforms. Okay, so land reforms, the zamindari system had to be completely removed, and there was the focus on land reforms was focused completely here. Okay, and yes, and also one more thing, and decentralized. So there had to be like everything had to be divided into small groups, so nobody could be one authority, it should be given it to everybody. So decentralized, participatory, that means everybody should participate. People planning, so no, not one person will do the planning, it will be decentralized, and all the participation will be done by the public. So these were the two main features. Okay, now coming to the next plan, the third one, that is the people's plan. Okay, so let me erase this. As I said, there are five plans which were proposed, and the debate was happening which is the best plan. Okay, so we'll go with the third one now. Now this is also, the name only sounds, it's people's plan. So yes, people's plan. Okay, so this was introduced, or you can say authored, by M.N. Roy. Okay, and so these are the very important things, because I will ask you question on this also, and in the UPSC also, and was drafted by the post war reconstruction committee of the Indian Federation of Labor. So this was done by the post-war reconstruction committee. So after the World War, I mean that means it is maybe after 1946 or something, 48, that there was a new reconstitution committee of the Indian Federation. So labor, so it was done by M.N. Roy and drafted, and the entire plan was based on the labor committee. Okay, and yes, now what is the object? So let us see the features here. Okay, yes, so let me write down here features of people's plan. Okay, so what were the features of people plan? So it was the first object, you can write the object of the plan is to provide for the satisfaction of the immediate, like just now, what is the main problem? So immediate, that's why I'm saying immediate basic needs of the Indian people within a period of 10 years. So within a period of 10 years, so by 10 years or within 10 years, what are the basic needs that we have to satisfy them? The immediate basic needs of the Indian people has to be done and has to be solved within a gap of, or within a period of 10 years. So that is the most important thing. Let's see the second one. Okay, expanding production. Okay, and there must be equitable distribution of the goods produced. So they also agree for mass production, and whatever is produced or whatever is produced, it must be distributed equally. So that was also very, very important, because economic I can write down here, economic activity must take place. Okay, now come to the next feature, the third one. Yes, just let me rub this. Okay, so the third one. So as I said, now yes, main emphasis, so main stress also should be on agriculture. So main emphasis must be on agriculture. So agriculture was given a lot of focus here also. Okay, and basically that agriculture development. So let me write down here, agricultural development. Okay, and since the authors thought that that because, now let me write down here, because they thought that the purchasing power, so the purchasing power of the people cannot be raised unless agriculture, so agriculture, if it is increased, then only the purchasing power of a public or of the countrymen will increase. So because which is the since it is the biggest occupation, so that is why they thought that agriculture has to be focused, because it is the biggest occupation, which is the, so because in that moment of time only agriculture was the occupation and everybody was in agriculture only. So it was the biggest occupation, which is the biggest occupation in the country. So and that is why agriculture had to be focused, and agriculture is like for plan economy, agriculture has to be there, and there must be equalization of land, and there must be no rural debts, all the debts should be clear. Okay, so now there was like they were talking about rural redevelopment. So let me just right now rub this. So this is a very important feature of people's plan. Okay, So basically what I am understanding and what you are understanding, that India will take everything from here, the good things, right? यहाँ से थोड़ा take from here, take some from there, take some, and then mix it up and make it into a nice goodie, right? So I think that only they were planning to do. So apart from nationalization of land, because land has to be given to everybody, and there must be complete scaling down of rural indebtedness. So like every nobody should be in debt. Okay, so that is also very important. Okay, so let me write down here. The plan formulates the two schemes for increasing agricultural production. Okay, so which were the two ones? Let me give the names as A and B. So A was extension of the area, so give them more area for cultivation, area under cultivation. Okay, B, intensification. So there must be intensification of cultivation in the area which is already under cultivation. Okay, so now that is what they were trying to tell you, that we have to give them area under cultivation that should be extended, and there must be intensified. So you must be giving good seeds to them, and see that cultivation is also intensified. It should be more and more, that land should be full of cultivation. That is what is called as intensification. So okay, now what about the field, in the field of industry? So let me write down the next feature. So the fifth one, in the field of industry, the people's plan gave importance to the manufacture of consumer goods. Okay, so that means basically now it is argued that they need since I can write here, they need large demand for essential goods for the community, okay, and this is the goal of the planned economy, that industry must be satisfied, and there must be, you need a lot of demand is there, so we have to fulfill the demand by way of manufacturing the consumer goods. Okay, the next feature of people's plan, that is the last feature of the people's plan. Okay, so let me just rub this. Yes. Okay, people's plan gave great, so they also gave importance, like the Bombay plan. So they gave a lot of importance to because they thought that railways and roads is very important. So railways, roads and shipping. So shipping is also very important. Shipping in the planned economy. So that is very important. So therefore, what was the recommendation? So therefore, they suggested the rapid development of the means of communication and also transport to cope with the increased movement of goods and traffic, because it should not be crowded, and traffic between town and the country. So there must be, like, no traffic should be there. More and more, there must be rapid development of means of communication, so that there is no jam, there's smooth flow of goods and services. And that is why there must be increased movement of goods and services, and it can only happen if there is a good communication and transportation. Okay, so this were the 6 features of the people's plan, okay, which also gave a lot of importance to communication. Now we will come to the Mahalanobis strategy. Yes, so we will come to the 4th plan, and we had already done this, but we will study this more in depth. Okay, so it's also called, it's a very famous plan. Okay, so here